Some people lie awake at night, turning over every thought, replaying conversations, worrying about what they said, what they didn't say, what might happen tomorrow. Sleep, for them, is a reluctant visitor. And yet, there are others, the ones we sometimes call old souls, who seem to carry a quiet calm into the night. They rest their head on the pillow and close their eyes and drift off with the ease of someone who has nothing left to prove. It is not that their lives are without challenge. It is not that they have escaped pain, loss, or uncertainty. In fact, old souls have often lived through more than most. But they sleep peacefully because of the way they have learned to see life. An old soul does not measure their days by how much they've achieved or how far ahead they've gotten. They measure them by whether they lived in alignment with their own truth. This is the first reason their nights are restful. There is no war between who they are and how they live. Many people toss and turn because they are still playing a role, still chasing approval, still trying to meet expectations that are not truly theirs. But the old soul has walked far enough to know that wearing a mask is exhausting. They have shed it, and with it, the constant inner tension that robs the mind of rest. They have also made peace with imperfection. Younger spirits, not by age, but by experience, often believe that life should be tidy, that success should be complete, that every loose end should be tied up before they can relax. But old souls know that the world has always been messy, that many stories never get a neat ending, and that control is mostly an illusion. They sleep peacefully because they have stopped wrestling with the unchangeable. This acceptance does not mean resignation. It is not a surrender to hopelessness. Rather, it is a recognition of the boundaries of their influence. They pour themselves into what they can change and release what they cannot. As the Stoics would say, they distinguish between what is op to us and what is not. And when the day is done, they are able to close the book without obsessing over the pages still unwritten. Old souls also understand the value of small moments. They know that life's beauty is often found in places too ordinary for those always rushing ahead to notice. The way sunlight falls on the floor in the late afternoon, the laughter of someone they love, the quiet satisfaction of finishing a simple task well. Because they notice these moments, they end each day with a sense of fullness that does not depend on grand events. It's hard to sleep when you feel empty. Old souls rarely do. There is another reason for their peaceful rest. They carry little bitterness into the night. This is not because they have never been wronged. They have, often deeply. But they have learned the cost of holding on. Resentment is a stone you carry in your pocket. The longer you keep it, the heavier it grows. Old souls have put down these stones, not for the sake of those who hurt them, but for their own freedom. And when you carry less, it's easier to lie down without feeling weighed down. They have learned, too, the art of enough. Modern life teaches us to always reach for more possessions, more recognition, more certainty about the future. But the old soul has seen that more can be a trap. Chasing it fills the mind with an endless, not yet, a quiet restlessness that hums even in sleep. By contrast, when you can look at what you have and call it an enough for today, enough for now, the mind stops running in circles. The body follows. Sleep comes naturally. Perhaps most importantly, old souls trust the passage of time. They know that wounds heal at their own pace, that answers come when they're ready, that life unfolds in seasons. The impatient mind wants everything resolved now, wants to fast forward to the part where things make sense. But an old soul has learned to live in the middle chapters without trying to skip ahead. They rest because they understand that rest is part of the journey, not something you earn only after everything is fixed. Their peace at night also comes from the way they treat the day. They try not to leave words unsaid that need to be spoken, nor kindness withheld that can be given. Regret keeps many people awake. The things left undone, the bridges left burned. Old souls aren't perfect, but they do not postpone the important things. They apologize when they are wrong. They express love while they can. They know that tomorrow is never promised, so they carry less unfinished business into the darkness. And then there is gratitude. Not the loud, performative kind, but the quiet gratitude that lives in the bones. Old souls have seen enough to know that nothing is guaranteed. Not health, not comfort, not the people we love. So each day they take time in their own way to notice what is still here. Gratitude has a way of calming the mind. It replaces the endless wanting with the simple acknowledgement of what already is. Gratitude says, even if nothing else changes, this is enough. And from that place, sleep comes easily. An old soul often has a slower rhythm to life. They do not rush to fill silence. They are not addicted to constant stimulation. This stillness, practiced in the day, follows them into the night. When your waking hours are filled with noise and distraction, your mind keeps spinning even after your head hits the pillow. But if you've allowed yourself moments of quiet, truly quiet, your mind knows how to rest. Old souls cultivate this quiet like a garden, and it blooms when the lights go out. They also dream differently. For many, dreams are just the overflow of a restless mind, unresolved thoughts spilling into sleep. But for the old soul, dreams are a continuation of a life lived deliberately. They do not fear the night because they are not running from themselves. They meet their own mind in the dark with the same acceptance they have in the light. This way of being is not the result of age, but of attention. You can be 20 years old and an old soul, or 70 and still restless. It is not about how long you have lived, but how deeply you have paid attention to yourself, to others, to the lessons life keeps offering. Old souls sleep peacefully because they live with awareness. They make adjustments when they stray from their own truth. They take care of what they can. They let go of what they can't. And when the night comes, they do not try to force rest, they allow it. They treat sleep not as a reward, but as a returning to the stillness beneath all the noise. This is why their eyes close easily. This is why their breathing slows, their muscles loosen, and their minds quiet. They have made peace not only with the day, but with themselves. And when you've done that, the night is never something to fear. The secret of their peaceful sleep is simple, but not easy. Live in such a way that, when the darkness comes, you have nothing to hide from and nothing to chase. Accept the messiness, savor the small things, release the grudges, trust the timing, speak the needed words, and keep gratitude close. In doing so, you clear the mind, lighten the heart, and make space for rest. So when you see someone who seems to sleep as if the whole world is in order, remember, it is not because the world is perfect for them. It is because, within themselves, they have chosen a kind of order, a way of being that does not depend on the world to be peaceful before they are. They have learned that peace is an inner craft shaped slowly over years and carried gently into the night. That is why old souls sleep peacefully, and why you can too.